Hello, my name is Hrvoje. I'm from Croatia and I'm youth worker. Uh, Today we will talk about campaigns and how to introduce the topic to young people, especially young people to their peers. If you want to do a great campaign, or probably not the great, but good enough for your peers, it's important for you to know and to, let's say, follow certain rules. So the topic needs to be interesting for your peers. Actually, everything you do, it should be interesting also to you. So do things that you like and prefer doing, because it's also important that you feel comfortable while doing it. Next rule that you should follow should be like 4 questions: why, where, when, and with whom. You should do these campaigns and your ideas and how to promote them with your peers. So when we are talking about why, it's important that you know the topic that you will have in your campaign, that ideas that you will promote, and some values that you are stand for. Where it's the place where you will do it. Is it a school? Is it an open space? Is it a school during the classes, or where there are no classes? But you get the point, right? For some examples, Aleksandra from DYPALL will say you later. But now I will just talk about these basic rules for conducting a good campaign. Also, it is important for you to be prepared for something unexpected during the your campaign, or while you shooting or filming or making stuff in the places. But it's important to be prepared as much as possible. That's why it's okay that you have prepared most of it in advance. While talking about with whom, you probably, or maybe you need help from, I don't know, your peers, your teachers, maybe from municipality or someone in school in general. So it's also good for you to put everything down on a paper or tablet or laptop, but it's good for you to have it written, that you can be reminded of stuff that you will need during these campaigns. Also, we need to pay attention if we are doing campaign indoors or outdoors, or is it a public space, or is it probably school or mall or something like that. You will need permits. So it's important for you to know with whom you need to talk about this permit. For example, if it's school, then you will try to get permission from director of school. If it's a mall, you will probably need to talk with some manager in the mall to give you the permission to have these campaigns in those places. And also you need to think about probably plan B or something like that. For example, if you're doing it outside, what if the rain starts? Do you have this plan B where you can go and have your campaign? If you are shooting video, do you have conditions for it? Or maybe you should have another approach. So it's important for you to know what can you do in certain moments, because unpredictable things can happen.
When we are talking about campaigns, it can sometimes seem a bit scary, because it can seem like it needs to be this huge thing and we need a lot of resources and knowledge and experience to do that. But in fact, it doesn't need to be. So it can be, small things, anything from a workshop in a class to a little street performance or public action in the main square of your city. So you just need to think creatively and think about what you can do that other young people will like. And for that, for example, there is this method called MAGI, that is an acronym that stands for Minimum Action Great Impact, that actually shows that you can do very small things that don't require a lot of resources or time or even experience, and they can actually make an impact. One example of a MAGI campaign is a campaign that a group of young people did in their school on mental health. And what they did is that they cut out pieces of paper and they wrote "You're beautiful" on it, and then they glued it on the mirrors of the bathrooms. So that day, everyone that walked into the bathroom and wanted to look in the mirror, they saw a sign that says "You're beautiful." And that actually made a huge impact because everybody would smile and it made their day. And what they really needed was just some, nice idea and a few pieces of paper and some tape and markers. So if you think about it, you can actually have a big impact with small things. So you don't always need to think big, and you don't need to think that you're limited with resources that you may or may not have. Just be creative and think of ways in which you can talk about EU and democracy and fake news in a way that can attract other young people's attention. And if you're not sure, then just think of what you would like, because you're doing a campaign for other young people, and the biggest experts on what young people are actually yourselves, because you're young.